Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. This is an 18 by 24 inch canvas that I have not pre-primed myself, but was primed a few times by Michaels or Artist Loft rather. Anyway, so I want to use my Colourarte Colors primary elements and acrylic pigments like this Whispering Wisteria to add some stainability and make a layer of paint that dries in between before my next one, and just keep adding layers. I'm going to use periwinkle. And anywhere I leave a mark like that will probably continue to show up. I'm hoping so anyway. I'll take what I can get and add more paint as I go along to make it more palatable if I need to. This is Rhapsody Rose. Actually, next time I'm going to use the Dazzling White as a resist. And I will use some black. I don't know how the resist will go, but until I add the Rhapsody Rose, I really won't. Now I may be going overboard already with the amount of paint I've used, which means I need a scrape dish. And I'll have to figure out what to do with my residuals. This is Art 24 karat gold. As you can see, I'm not taking a lot of time to think about the shapes I put down. I'm just filling in. This is kind of the fun part, actually. I think the Rhapsody Rose is going to have a huge impact, and I'm not sure what I'm doing, so this is definitely an experimental stage. This is the Rhapsody Rose. Which I do believe when it encounters the Art 24 karat gold, sometimes will become a little orangey, which is kind of okay with me. Now the only color left to go is the black, and whether I should wait on the black or not, I'm going to try a little bit as I go. That's a little bit. Now, how I stroke this has a lot of impact. So I'm probably going to fast forward, but I want to make sure I start where I want to. Now I think some more black is in order, but I don't think I want to use the same black. Though I probably should use a little. I think what I'm going to do is grab a little silicone dish and go very easy. Let's see how I like it. Or if I maybe don't. But I am thinking I might want to use some of my residual color as a textural element to patch up what I did that I didn't like, because it's still a nice pinky bronzy color. I am always saying that I can paint over whatever I want. Well, this is pretty sheer, but still I see no reason why not to experiment, why I should not experiment. And I do like putting little marks in at the side of my spatula. And I also have said many times how much I like to use my spare paint. It makes me want some white in there. I wonder what that would be like. I don't really feel like I need a whole lot. I just wanted to distract the eye from the black smears, but I think I might actually like them when I'm done. I definitely love the resist. I'm going to try a little bit of white on here. Because I can, and because we're here. For some reason, I'm being called to a little bit more Rhapsody Rose. And I like that. I think I'm going to let it dry and come back. Okay, so it's been, I don't know, an hour, maybe a little bit more. And I'm not sure where this is going. I thought I wanted some dazzling white. I think I'm going to start with adding some more gold. Just in places. And seeing how I feel about it. And I'll add colors as I feel like it, and if I get to a point where I have a bunch of colors and I want to spread them around, then I will fast forward. Really do intend on spreading some black. I'm pretty sure the gold is semi-transparent, depending on how thick I lay it down. And mark making is always an option. Just feel like spreading paint all over and winging it. And I pulled out over here, pulled out my mark making tools. So I guess I'm just going to keep spreading paint. Let's hope it'll come out. I think I'm going to use a silicone brush. And then assuming that some of the paint is still going to be wet when I get to it, I'll probably be able to mark make. We'll see what happens. I do love the way the white metallic, I think it's pearl. I didn't realize it was until I read the bottle the other day. It's dazzling white pearl from Colourarte. That is making me want, strangely enough, some tickled pink. And I was going to try and avoid having a painting that looks like one of the others. This is all an idea based on the fact that I like how my silicone matte turns out months and months down the road after I wipe off enough paint. This looks like it needs to be cleaned out. In a big way. Maybe I got it. So I didn't use any dancing fuchsia and I want some. And I think if I put it right on top of the tickled pink, it might diffuse it a little bit. And I expect this is going to be a terribly long video, but oh well, never mind. I'm going to go back and add a little more Whispering Wisteria. I've been dying for some blue, but I'm going to try and restrain myself and go slow. The square edge of the silicone rubber brush makes a completely different aspect of things. And of course I want to still keep my layers kind of thin so I can come back again if I want to, which I am expecting I will. I'm hearing the call to orange. I don't have a lot, but I have enough, I think, as long as I'm willing to shake it. I'm always willing to steal paint. Because I love the marks that get left behind when I pick it up and put it down again. I can't always count on the paint being wet enough if I'm making it thin, but it's worth the risk. That dancing fuchsia will stain, which in this case is a good thing. I so want black, but I want orange before that. I think it's going to be Orange Crush. And I'm eyeballing the Miami Magenta while we speak. While I'm at it, I'm going to add a little tiny bit of yellow orange. See how I feel about it. And I've just spied the cyan aqua. And there's usually a balancing point where I pick up colors and put them down again. I like stripes too. Not sure how I feel about that. But a little stain goes a long way. Shouldn't be afraid of making some areas. Just straight up orange if I want to. And I said the cyan aqua, but I was also craving blue. I'm going to have to be careful of this, I think. Oh, already wasn't careful. Now at any given point in time, if I wanted to wait for it to dry, I could just leave dots, of course. Oh, I better not mix that. I didn't realize the turquoise was with the orange. If I'm diligent, I won't get stuck with a weird color. I'm going to have to wipe that off for sure. And I want to get the paint off the other side of this too. Or maybe I'll just throw it in the bucket and grab a fresh one, because I have fresh ones. I don't really want to change that. Still want some blue. I've got cerulean blue, which I'm a little nervous about. So I'll just try a little bit. I still want to put the black on. Don't know why I feel I'm compelled to make the dots go away. This is Mystical Mystique. It's an Art Minds. What am I going to do with those dots? I'm going to do something with them. I like the cerulean sea, but I'm going to use the cyan aqua. And maybe the cerulean blue again. Maybe together. Just tried to call to some purple. Red violet will answer that call. Come on. I think I'm going to use a little bit more tickled pink. And add a little bit of Decor 24 karat gold. I am recording to the person in the hallway who's asking me. Now I suppose if I really want the black, I can come back a little bit later. I'm going to go for a little bit more dancing fuchsia. Still not over the entire idea of maybe doing dots. Oh, I like that. And I suspect they'll probably dry fairly quickly. Or cerulean blue. Being called to a little more yellow-orange. I think I'm going to mix it with the gold. Am I really going to leave my brush uncleaned? I guess I am. I'm going to clean it off somewhere else. I better clean it off, period. Oh, I like that. That's cool. I so want to put some black in. I have to wait. Alright, I'm going to let this dry and come back. So this is dry, and it was dry pretty quick after the last session. I want to continue. I'm a little bit unnerved because I totally like what I've got, but I'm going to add some blue flame. Some oriental blue. A little blue velvet to start. I also want to add a little bit of frosted berry and Miami magenta. I kind of want to add lines and then scrape through and see what happens, but so far I haven't convinced myself completely. This is sort of a new style of doing things for me. I'm going to use a dirty spatula. I kind of want to draw with paint bottles, like before I'm done, and add things like gold, silver, black, maybe even blue. I really wanted some more blue velvet. I also like the cerulean blue. I basically got blue on the brain. And nothing can get done quick enough for a video, so I don't know what to tell you exactly. Yeah, the dazzling white is definitely coming into play. I've got my tools and things stuck to my tools. I would like to have some actual marks. I definitely find the silicone tools work well for the marks. Even the corners. Or oriental blue. Probably won't show up, but it'll probably help me spread out what's there. And that'll be okay. I want more gold. Huh. I promised myself I'd give myself some black, but I tried out a few fine tip tools and I was not very satisfied with the results, so I gave up. did pull out before I left the last time the perfect indigo. I think I want a little more dancing fuchsia with that. I also want some cerulean C, which I kept calling cerulean blue. I've got to be careful to pay attention because I totally lose track of some of the dots of paint I put down if I'm not careful. Yep, I like that. I like that cerulean C a lot. Trying to utilize that perfect indigo by picking it up on the spatula, but it just thins it out. Whoop. There's a first. Wow. Okay. My hands are shaking a little today. I'm really liking this cerulean C. It's actually making me more comfortable. Might want some more of that mystical mystique, but I'm definitely getting off on the blue. I don't know if the oriental blue will show up. I may wind up mixing it with something else. Pink called to purple, and I haven't pulled out any frozen amethyst. The water lily is actually calling me first. And then a little frozen amethyst won't hurt anything. Glad I tried to shake that. I got some more texture. I might be getting close to thinking I could be done. I want a little more cerulean C over here too. I really thought I wanted turquoise, but I don't have a turquoise that's light enough in color. I threatened the mystical mystique and then I didn't do anything with it. I still think all of this would benefit from dots, more dots. Not that I promise that they'll stay. I like the mystical mystique with this cerulean C. I'm not sure about the dots now. I like them. That's too big. I'm going to try and use a Q-tip. It's already had paint on it. Instead of trying to remove anything, just use it. I'm hearing the call to a little bit of saffron, so I'm going to put that down. I'm going to throw that in the bucket and grab a clean one right after I grab a little saffron. I even like to have the small spatula. It's a little risky trying to get dots out of a bottle. No goobers. Definitely like that. I think I want more. Taking my chances. Putting orange, red orange over blue, but for the most part I keep dragging it out so it's mostly dry. I'm not even sure I'm going to get to the black. But I definitely like that turquoise that I said was too dark, which was cyan aqua. The colors are fantastic. Didn't think about trying to draw with a Q-tip, but it's working. I like what I've got so much right now. I think I'm going to try and slow my roll. Put a little white in a container. I was going to dot, but this is working for me okay too. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.